what is so maddening is this crisis is man-made. It is caused by deliberate political decisions by this administration, by Joe Biden and by Kamala Harris.
Texas lawmakers are tearing into the Biden administration over the border crisis as migrants continue to pour into the U.S. and the situation grows increasingly dangerous for Border Patrol agents. Joining me now to discuss, retired acting ICE director and former Border Patrol chief Ron Vitiello. Sir, it is good to see you this morning. Thank you for being here. We were just talking about in the commercial break, because I really wanted to try and understand this a little better, the fact that you were saying that at this point in the year, we should be seeing these numbers of crossers trailing off until the end of the year. But you said that rule book is no longer here. That is thrown out the window. Can you explain?
Yes, we are in completely unprecedented territory. You know, July went into the books at 212,000 plus apprehensions encounters at the southwest border. July, August, September traditionally had been lower months of activity. And so we're seeing an unprecedented crush of humanity coming to this border right now. I suspect that August is going to be in similar territory. It's going to be a record. July was a 21-year record. The department has never seen anything as big as we're seeing right now, and we may be in record territory as it relates to the entire history of our U.S.-Mexico border.
It's really unbelievable, and it's not just migrants who are coming across, it's the drugs too. Take a look at these numbers, the weight of fentanyl seized at the border, and as you can see here, this is in pounds. I mean, look at this. This is up nearly double from just a year ago and nearly triple from 2 years ago. You're talking more than 8,500 pounds of fentanyl seized at the border, and this is not just a border problem then. This is a problem for every community in the United States, correct?
Correct, because those drugs don't stay at the border in places like RGV or in Laredo or Del Rio. Those are being trafficked all over the United States, and you know those gangs, those drugs are being sold in communities across the United States. And so when you have, I was at the border a couple of weeks ago, when you have 40% of the workforce doing something else besides patrolling the border, that means you're going to get more chaos. You're going to get more drug smuggling. You're going to get more human trafficking. Children are going to be exploited. People in the pipeline are in danger. And again, that stuff doesn't stay at the border. It goes throughout the United States. And so when you have this kind of flow and a distracted Border Patrol who are trained to patrol the border, not care and comfort for kids and families, that's the result of what you're going to have. And then I'm grateful for the CBP officers who stopped that load of fentanyl, because that stuff is dangerous in very, very small quantities. And so the more of that they can do, the better off we are. But as this flow is unending, we're going to have more challenges at the border. We're going to have more challenges like that throughout the homeland.
Well, yeah, and they're trying to do their jobs, the Border Patrol agents, and then they're up against being assaulted themselves. We have a number of examples. On Wednesday, 5 people were arrested after an agent was assaulted by a smuggler. And then we have another example that happened in the overnight hours on Saturday. This was around 3:15 in the morning. Let's go ahead and pull up this quote here from U.S. Customs and Border Protection. And this reads, the agent was attempting to apprehend approximately 12 to 15 migrants. A smuggler in Mexico struck out at the agent through a slot in the wall, hitting the agent with a large object believed to be a 2x4 board. I mean, can you tell me what they're up against as they're trying to do their job on a daily basis?
That is the work that they do. These highly trained law enforcement officers are prepared to face those kinds of risks. But yeah, you can see the ruthlessness of smugglers and people who are trying to evade arrest. They're willing to assault an agent to come into the country, and so they need to be prepared. We need to support them, and we need to make sure that they have the tools that they need to do their jobs. And in a case like this, you would hope that the U.S. Attorney's Office in San Diego will prosecute that smuggler for the assault on that agent. And so that's an important aspect of this, right? We want to close the loop and make sure people are held to account for the lawlessness that could occur on the border.
Absolutely. And real quick, we have a picture that we can pull up of that Border Patrol agent's injuries. And, you know, this is just one example. I'm sure some that we don't even hear of. Right, Ron? A few seconds left.
Yeah, one of the most assaulted workforces in law enforcement in the United States. And so, yeah, it's unfortunate that happened, and I hope that agent recovers quickly and is back on the job soon.
Okay, Ron Vitiello, retired acting ICE director, thank you so much for waking up early and joining us. Appreciate your time. Have a good day.
Good to see you.
You too.